Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Monday, the 15th of May, 2023. I, of course, want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading. We're going to begin and pull an overall energy for the day to represent or speak upon this Monday from the Tattoo Tarot deck, and then we'll see where the we'll see where the reading takes us to begin for this Monday. Okay, the King of Wands. I'm going to take that, although the King of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Swords came out as well. Now, I do feel the need to show these, but we won't take them as the overall energy. I do feel like there's a mysterious, at least somewhat, if not fully, a secretive vibe about you being drawn to this reading, and that's being highlighted throughout this day. There's something that's progressing for you throughout this day if we look at the Wheel of Fortune, and it's because you are in a very strategic way utilizing your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience. I do feel like there's a reminder throughout this day that there's improvement around the corner, that there's better energy for you lying ahead, however that looks for you. I do feel like it's a day that reminds you that knowledge is power, okay, however that looks for you. That could come in more than one form, but I feel like the wheel is churning in your favor. I feel like there's things happening throughout this day at certain points that reminds you to be grateful for how much progress has taken place up until this point and how much better things are than they once were. And again, naturally with a reminder throughout this day that improvement or just an adjustment in your favor lies ahead. It just reminds you that things are meant to just increasingly get better moving forward. All right, apply it to your situation. But they're saying the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Pentacles, absolutely beautiful. It's a day where you can't help but think about ultimate financial success, that perfect career success for you. It could be both. I do feel like either way, there's a push to take a look at your finances in a very realistic way, and don't overthink it. Don't or stress it in general, but allow for yourself to be completely realistic. Have I been overspending? Am I being completely responsible and mature in regards to one, if not multiple, important financial goals moving forward? Am I on track for the financial success that I deserve and are destined to achieve moving forward? I feel like there's something to be acquired moving forward, whether it's a pay raise, more income, a new job. It could be an increase of success for your business. It could be something of the sort, or a business idea for some. But yeah, I just feel like there's a push to be realistic, but to expect the best moving forward when it comes to, I want to say all areas of your life, but there's a huge focus on your money and something that is working in your favor. The King of Wands, and those could be absolutely tied, intertwined, tied together. But this being the overall energy as we finally get to it, talking about how there's a bold and passionate way about you. Now, I'm being drawn to the Crown, all right? And they're saying, and the fire, because I do feel like there's a fiery passion within that's stemming from, or at least tied into, coinciding with a level of confidence. It feels like you just know your worth. It feels like you're owning what you decide to accomplish throughout this day. It feels like a day where you are conquering your own habit, if not multiple, or at least taking steps in that direction. It feels like there's a focus on your life improving, but also self-improvement, all right? I'm getting that you are a gem. You're a gem, all right? Somebody to be honored, to be cherished, to be noticed for all the value that lies within you and that you offer to who and what you decide to continue or begin to wrap yourself up with. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know why I feel the need to pull from the Good Tarot to continue for Monday. Okay, we're gonna pull one for each quarter. Okay, bear with me as I pull the last and final of the four, flopping out. Okay, so the Ace of Water to begin, aka the Ace of Cups. Let's pull a clarifier from the Light Seers before I show you. Okay, the Chariot. The day's going to begin in a very motivated way. I do feel like there's a push to recognize in one, if not multiple ways, how your cup is overflowing with abundance. I do feel like there's a push to recognize at one, if not multiple points within this first quarter, for you specifically, how past efforts are paying off and leaving you with this overflowing cup. Sure, this cup may be overflowing with abundance, but it doesn't mean you don't have that, say, financial success moving forward, or enough of which to your liking, or to your knowing interesting. Or you might not have that perfect relationship or perfect connections as far as friends, or that perfect job or business success. But it feels like there's, again, something working in your favor. There's a feeling of this first quarter highlighting the fact that your confidence, your talented way of being, and your passion, if I didn't say that already, is all leaving you with this motivated level of abundance coming through for you. And I just feel like there's going to be, I want to say in the first half of the day in general, attention, being noticed. The Page of Air at the bottom of the deck, because I do feel like there's an angelic vibe about you throughout this day, at least at certain points. But this talking about being the Page of Swords, clarity coming through, anticipating good news for some, anticipating a need for something new or something better for yourself, so that there's no longer a feeling of lack or complacency, or just not being where you're meant to at this time and moving forward. It feels like some of which drawn to the reading are remembering a past chapter that was glorified at the time, and potentially at times is, currently, and rewinding back. But it feels like this is to keep you in a healthy perspective, because things, again, are meant to improve moving forward, but might have those imperfections that are hard to ignore throughout this day. But going back to the being honored, being noticed, I feel like compliments are coming towards you. There might be one, if not multiple, negative comments, whether that's from people in your reality, or it could be people on social media. I feel like you're also thinking about how people could be a lot nicer. It doesn't kill you to be kind, is what I'm getting. Now, this might come through, say you're reading people's comments on social media. It could be in regards to watching something, a TV show, a movie. I want to say YouTube and TikTok to be specific for social media. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, it could be an occurrence you witness outside, or, at work, at home, you name it. I'm hearing a friend for some. But the Three of Earth to continue to the second quarter, because I do feel like this is a time where that attention is definitely snowballing, all right, as the first half of the day continues. But I do feel like there's a continuation from the previous day of you being very questioning things, right? Wondering, wanting to know more, wanting this good news or just more knowledge to flow in. I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual guidance throughout this day, but I do feel like you have a lot to accomplish throughout this day. It might be because you procrastinated when it came to the previous days. It might be because you just have a lot to accomplish in general. You might be taking on more throughout this day. But I feel I need to pull one more. Bear with me. Now, I do feel the need to say, although you might be feeling energetic throughout this day and angelic at certain points, or at least for some, maybe the full day, doesn't mean that you should be feeling out of whack. Try to find that balance. They're saying hone, I don't want to put it in that way. Try to utilize, channel that energy towards productivity. But you might need to utilize certain strategies or one in particular to feel more grounded, more balanced, because it might transition into a stage of anxiety for some. But the Four of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Three of Earth, aka the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like there's a reminder of how protected you truly are through your spirituality, through your intuition. Now, this could come through with a reminder of the past, how bad things could have been if you stuck with that situation, if not multiple. This could be in regards to you running that business, or stepping into that job, or moving to that place of residence, or committing to that person, and now look how well it's working out for you. Yeah, it's not everything you desire or all that you're meant to achieve, and or as successful as that situation's meant to be, but things have happened, ended, and began in the way they're meant to up until this point. And so just trust wholeheartedly that as long as you trust your spiritual guidance selectively and your intuition all the meanwhile wholeheartedly, you're going to be noticed more so moving forward for somebody who just acquires what they desire, or just is meant to go the distance, succeed. Now, I know that Go the Distance card came out in Sunday's read, but it feels like you're being noticed for somebody who has that, they're saying chill knowledge, all right? Interesting, even though you're feeling energetic throughout this day. But it feels like your words of wisdom, your advice, or just even the words of spirit coming through you, or even your intuitive guidance towards others, and even being an inspiration as to how you guide yourself and change up your life. This is helping people, I'm hearing the word soothing. It's helping people feel more at ease, all right, or one person in general, and this is gaining you attention. Let's move on to the third quarter. Love. Beautiful. I'm hearing self-love. I do feel like there's a focus on the different sides of you in the third quarter. If we look here, we have the elegant woman and a lion cuddling. And so I do feel like there's a focus on those sides of you, right? Catering to your needs throughout the third quarter, whether it's you need to do some resting, right? Take a nap, relax and watch some content, or read a book, heal, if you will. This could be in regards to you needing to take care of yourself as far as certain levels of self-care, right? Bettering your physical appearance and or your internal health, all the meanwhile. To clarify, the Three of Pentacles again, so the number 33 coming out, and I'm getting 334, 334, look up that angel number meaning, but it feels like there's thoughts of, as you're thinking about different sides of you, different aspects of you as a soul, as an individual, there may be a push to recognize that you're in the midst of releasing this old version of yourself, or you might just be in the midst of reflecting upon a past version of you that no longer exists or is on the way out, is what I'm hearing, okay? Because I do feel like self-development, self-evolution, change, soul evolution is taking a highlight, okay? I'm hearing dance with life, dance with life. But yeah, you're being noticed for somebody who takes care of themselves. I do feel like the love is flowing towards you in certain ways. You'll be pushed to be grateful, to recognize this wholeheartedly. And aligned with the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Water, and the Chariot card, it's this feeling of love flowing towards you from yourself, from spirit, from, okay, your intuition and other people, that all the meanwhile, this is being labeled as abundance, okay, an overflowing amount of which. And they're saying you are a diamond in the rough, okay? Someone who's not meant to be perfect at times strives for it, but is loved for even your imperfections, all right? So honor your own self-worth by loving those imperfections all the meanwhile, but still striving for improvement through it all. But the Nine of Earth, to continue to the last quarter, the Magician, because it feels like there's a very independent vibe about you towards the end of the day, potentially the whole day if you're to, look back at it or take a step back. But the end of the day highlights the fact that you're going to acquire what you need and or want when the time is right. And you might be pushed to highlight in your mind your awareness of something you once acquired, made happen by manifesting, by believing it. And I really feel like some of which, like myself drawn to the reading, are being pushed to remember time and time again, or at least at this point throughout the day, that spirit has your back in more than one way, being aligned with that Four of Swords and the Three of Earth. This making you very noticeable by certain people, being very noticed by certain spirits, and this gaining you exactly what you desire, but not when you maybe want it the most, right? It's almost when you start to give up on something, or you start to move on to a new desire, or focus your efforts, your resources towards something else. That desire, that need, that want comes to be, or starts to transition into a state of wish fulfillment. And so I feel like this is a reminder to believe wholeheartedly that with the spiritual realm backing you up, your intuition and your knowledge, your wisdom, and your confidence, you're golden, all right? You will see things magically come to be and transform moving forward as they're meant to. It feels like a very powerful day where you will feel even more confident by the end, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Monday, and I'll definitely see you next time.